Have you ever wondered how Brazil, the country that has produced some of the greatest footballers in history, continues to let extraordinary young talents slip away? What if the next world-class midfielder, winger, or goalkeeper is already out there, performing brilliantly in Europe, but is never given the opportunity to represent the famous yellow jersey? This is becoming a growing concern for Brazilian football fans. While other national teams actively scout and secure dual nationality talents at an early age, Brazil often reacts too late. As a result, several gifted Brazilian-born or Brazilian-descended players are now seriously considering representing other countries. In today's video, we're going to take a closer look at some of the most exciting Brazilian-origin footballers who, surprisingly, have yet to receive proper opportunities with Brazil's youth national teams, or even the senior Selecao. Many of these players are already making headlines for their clubs, and if the CBF continues to ignore them, Brazil could once again lose another generation of elite talent. So make sure you stay until the very end, because some of these names could become future superstars. Just not in Brazil's colors if things don't change soon. Let's begin with one of the hottest young names right now, Maicon Cardozo of Bayern Munich. Football fans were amazed after his recent performance, where he registered 2 goals and 2 assists in a single match. Even more impressive is the fact that he delivered that performance while playing as a left wing-back, despite naturally being an attacking forward. That kind of versatility is extremely valuable in modern football. Maicon has openly spoken about his admiration for Neymar Jr., who has always been his football idol. More importantly, he has made it clear that representing Brazil is one of his biggest dreams. However, despite his outstanding performances and rapid development at Bayern Munich, Brazil's under-20 national team has yet to call him up. That is difficult to understand. When a player is performing at such a high level within one of Europe's biggest clubs, it should automatically put him on the radar of Brazil's youth setup. Instead, he continues to wait. Personally, I believe Maicon deserves an opportunity with Brazil's under-20 squad immediately, and if his development continues, he should also be considered for the next Olympic team. Another fascinating young talent is Bryan Bugarin, who continues to develop inside Real Madrid's famous academy. Many football fans already know his name because of his incredible technical ability and enormous potential. Every transfer window and youth tournament, discussions about Bryan continue to grow. People believe he has all the qualities needed to become a top-class attacking player in the future. Yet Brazil's youth teams still haven't shown enough interest in bringing him into the national setup. At the very least, he deserves an opportunity with Brazil's under-17 squad. When a player is developing inside Real Madrid's academy and consistently impressing coaches, ignoring him could become another costly mistake. Brazil should monitor his progress closely before another federation becomes more aggressive in convincing him to represent them. Next comes Samuel Inácio, a highly talented midfielder currently developing at Borussia Dortmund. His technical qualities, vision, and composure have attracted plenty of attention. The good news is that he continues to receive opportunities within his club system. The bad news for Brazilian fans is that Samuel himself has reportedly expressed a preference for representing Italy rather than Brazil. If that remains his final decision, there isn't much Brazil can do. Every player has the right to choose the nation they wish to represent. Nevertheless, it also raises an important question. Could Brazil have convinced him earlier if they had shown serious interest during his younger years? Sometimes timing makes all the difference. Then we have Belinho, another exciting midfielder currently playing in Croatia. Because of his football development there, many believe Croatia has an excellent chance of securing him for its national team. However, Belinho remains Brazilian by heritage, and this is exactly the type of player the CBF should actively pursue. Brazil has often relied on its incredible production of attacking players, but the midfield has become an area where elite-level depth is no longer guaranteed. A technically gifted midfielder like Belinho could become an important asset in the future if Brazil begins building a relationship with him before it is too late. Another player who deserves serious attention is Mathias Mide. At the moment, he represents Portugal at youth level, and many football fans have already noticed his excellent performances. Brazil has repeatedly faced criticism regarding the lack of elite midfield options capable of controlling matches at the highest level. This is why players like Mathias should not be overlooked. He possesses the qualities modern football demands: technical ability, tactical intelligence, and confidence under pressure. If Brazil truly wants to strengthen its midfield for the future, convincing talented Brazilian-descended midfielders like Mathias to wear the yellow shirt should become a priority rather than an afterthought. Now let's talk about one of the most recognizable names on this list: Enzo Alves, the son of Brazilian legend Marcelo. Enzo was born in Spain while Marcelo was playing for Real Madrid, making him eligible to represent Spain. Today, he is already involved in Spain's youth national setup, and many experts believe he has an excellent chance of eventually playing for Spain's senior national team. From a football perspective, that possibility is understandable because he has grown up within Spanish football. However, from the perspective of Brazilian fans, it feels strange to imagine the son of one of Brazil's greatest left-backs representing another country. Nobody can question Enzo's personal decision, but perhaps Brazil should at least open the conversation. If the federation truly believes he has the quality to contribute in the future, then building a relationship with him now could still make a difference. Another name worth discussing is Renato Marin, a highly promising goalkeeper who has spent time developing with Paris Saint-Germain. There has been speculation about his international future, with Portugal and Italy both linked as possible destinations. Regardless of which nation he eventually chooses, Renato possesses the physical attributes and goalkeeping qualities required at the highest level. Standing tall, commanding his penalty area well, and showing strong reflexes, he could become a valuable option for Brazil's future goalkeeping department. Even if he initially enters the squad as a backup goalkeeper, keeping talented players like Renato connected to Brazil's national team project is incredibly important. Looking at all these names together reveals a much bigger issue. Brazil clearly continues to produce extraordinary football talent across the world. The problem is not the lack of talented players. It is identifying them early, building trust, maintaining communication, and offering them meaningful opportunities through the youth national teams. The under-17, under-20, and Olympic squad should serve as stepping stones toward the senior Selecao. If these opportunities are not provided, other countries will continue convincing these talented footballers to represent them instead. Brazil has already experienced this painful lesson before. One of the most famous examples is Jorginho. Although he was born in Brazil, he never received the opportunity to establish himself within Brazil's national team system. Eventually, Italy recognized his talent, gave him confidence, and he became one of Europe's top midfielders while helping Italy achieve major international success. Imagine how much Brazil's midfield could have benefited from a player of his intelligence and passing ability during his peak years. Another example is Diego Costa. He initially appeared for Brazil, but ultimately chose to represent Spain at senior level. His case remains one of the biggest what-if stories in Brazilian football. Over the years, Brazil has watched several talented players represent other countries after feeling overlooked during their development. These examples should serve as valuable lessons for the CBF rather than simply becoming forgotten stories. Ultimately, Brazil cannot afford to lose another generation of exceptional footballers. The CBF must become more proactive in identifying Brazilian-born and Brazilian-descended talents around the world. Strong scouting, better long-term planning, and earlier opportunities at youth level could make a massive difference in securing the country's future. Some of the players we've discussed today may eventually become stars at the highest level. The only remaining question is whether they will be wearing Brazil's iconic yellow jersey or celebrating victories for another nation. Now it's your turn to join the discussion. Which of these talented Brazilian origin footballers would you most like to see wearing the Brazil national team shirt in the future? Is there another player you believe deserves to be on this list? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest Brazil football updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.